Today I want to show you how you create a marketing campaign using Campaign Monitor and populating it with content from the CRM. We're going to create a drip campaign that is going to send out email to our client base. They're going to get different content depending on the segment that they belong in. So for this demonstration, we're going to segment our data by the sector the client exists in. So there's going to be a charity sector, a construction centre, and then everybody else. So we'll talk you through how you set up this campaign from start to finish. It's also useful for partners to understand how they can add their clients to a marketing campaign very easily using the CRM tool. So let's first of all look at how we create the campaign. So this is first of all about the idea, the strategy behind the campaign. In this example, we're going to create £60,000 worth of revenue as a target to our existing client base within the next 60 days. Now this figure might be different for your practice, but it's just to give you an example. And we might derive that 60,000 from 800 clients showing some interest in our campaign, 5% of those going on to buy some service, whether it's selling cloud-based bookkeeping, whatever you might be selling. And there might be an average value order times the percentage that buy will generate the revenue. So that's just a typical example. So the first thing we're going to do is plan out our campaign. What do people want to get? What topical information needs to be sent? And how do we make it specific to the client? So in this example, we're going to use Campaign Monitor. We're going to use a marketing automation capability, and we're going to run this across our grade A client list. Now, depending on the sector that client exists within, they'll get a series of email which is content related to their sector. So before the campaign can go out, we need to construct those series of emails. We also need to build out the email templates ready to go in the campaign, and we'll look at that side of it. The list management part of the campaign is all about who this campaign is going to be sent to. So the subscriber list, your grade A clients, they're going to be segmented by the different sector, and we also want content specific to go into the email templates. For example, who the partner is responsible for each client. We want it personally addressed from them, not just some generic email address. But this list in Campaign Monitor needs to be fed from the CRM. So we're going to build a target list in the CRM, and we're going to synchronize that over to Campaign Monitor. Now within the CRM, you've got hundreds of custom fields. Some of those fields are not going to be relevant. Most of those fields won't be relevant for this particular campaign. So we're going to look at how we link the custom fields we're interested in to the fields, the custom fields in Campaign Monitor. And in this demonstration, it's going to be passing across the sector because we need to filter by charity or construction. And we're going to be passing over the partner responsible for each client, so that when an email goes out to the client, it regards the partner's name and their email address and maybe their signature block. So that's the elements of the campaign. From a partner's perspective, they want to be able to pick and choose which of their clients should receive the campaign and which shouldn't. So there's going to be a sort of very simple way for a partner to add somebody to the list. As soon as they add them to the list, they want this campaign to start executing for that contact. You don't have to do it manually. You can also automatically add based on any data in the system. So for example, if you've got a job stage in ARIS that is at a certain stage after a certain date, you might want that individual to automatically go into a list, and then that trigger the relevant campaign. So those are all the elements of this particular campaign. If we go and have a look at each piece now, so if we have a look at the partner, what does the partner have to do? This needs to be really simple and straightforward. So in this case, we're just going to want to maybe add a few clients, so they just tick a few boxes, choose the action and add them to a target list. This will give them a list of all or the target list that you've got. They pick the list they want to put those people in, and away they go, and then that job is done. So as far as the partner is concerned, that is all they need to do to send a communication, a drip campaign to an individual. The actual target list, creating a target list, the marketing department is probably going to want to build this first. So what they will do is they will go into the CRM and they will create a list. They can give it a name, any name they like, and as long as they click on create it in Campaign Monitor, it'll also synchronize it over to Campaign Monitor immediately. And then as I'm looking at here, I can see there's a list in Campaign Monitor. So what we've done now is we've created a target list, and we're allowing people now to add, we're allowing users now to add people to that target list. So that target list is now created in Campaign Monitor. But what we want to do now is create some custom fields, because by default it just passes over the name and email address. Now that's not particularly good enough for us, because we want to see the segments by charity, construction, etc. And we also want to see custom fields. So we want to put in the body of the email, regards, partner name, partner email, and signature block. So we're going to add 5 fields. So we would do that in Campaign Monitor. You just go to the list, in this case A-grade clients, and then on the right you can click on custom fields and then add some fields. By default you get name and email address and the CRM identifier, but we're going to add partner, partner email, and we're also going to put in sector and the signature block. So you can see at the bottom of the screen we've got those fields available. What we then have to do is go to the list, the target list in the CRM, open it up, go to the Actions menu and choose Campaign Monitor Field Mapping. And then you can see the Contacts module, we can map each field. So we've got to look for the Client Partner field. Now these Client Partner fields will exist in a subtable. So by default, the Contacts module will just show you all the fields in the Contacts module. But the fields we're looking for are fields that are stored outside of the Contacts module. In this case, a client partner will want their full name, their email address, and their signature block. We're also going to want the sector. Now at contact level, the industry sector is stored at the organization level, not at the contact level. So what we're going to do is look in the accounts table or organization table, depending on how it's termed within your CRM, and add the sector from the organization block or from the account block. So we just go to the Campaign Monitor field mapping, we go into the relevant field. So for partner, we're going to look for the client partner field. That's going to give us all the options within the client partner. Full name, we want the client partner's email address, and the sector is under the accounts section or organization section, and then we go and look for the sector field, and then finally the client partner field again for the signature block. So once we've saved that, we've now got the fields syncing from the target list in the CRM to the subscriber list in Campaign Monitor. The next stage is now to build out our segments. So based on the sector, we want to put them into their different segments. So we need to tell the Campaign Monitor system what segments to create. So we'd go to the segments within the list and define some rules. In this case, sector equals charity, and give it a name. So this is our charity segment, and then it will make sure that anybody in that sector will go into the right segment. And we just build that out for each of our different segments. So that's the lists dealt with. We've got our partners adding people to a target list. They're syncing to the subscriber list. The custom fields that we've mapped are syncing across, and they're all going into their relevant segments. So the next part of our campaign is to build out our email templates and then to start building out our journey. So the email template is quite straightforward. You just build out your email templates. Today I'm not going to be showing you how to build those out. There's plenty of training videos online on how to build out your different templates. In this example, we've got the construction email or our charity email or our generic one, and each of those will go in depending on the sector. What is important though as well, within the body of the email, because we've got the custom fields syncing across, we can now embed into the email the regards partner name, regards partner email, and regards partner signature. So finally, once we've got the list built, we've got our email template ready to go, we're all set now to build out our marketing campaign. So in this example, this is a quick schematic of what we want the journey to be. So we want, when somebody's added to a list, are they a construction company? Yes, they are. So they get the construction email. And then maybe if they click on a link, 10 days later, did they click on a link? Yes. Then send email 2, and so on. So that's the kind of journey we want to set up. Campaign Monitor allows you to build out your automation journeys. This is it in practice. So when somebody joins a list, are they in the construction center section? Yes. If they're not, are they in the charity sector? No, they're not. So they must get the generic one. If they are then in the charity sector, then they would get the charity email. And that is how you set up a Campaign Monitor email from start to finish. Of course, that's not the end of it. We now need to have a look at the responses. How are we doing in the campaign? So you're going to want to be able to report on that. You can do that inside Campaign Monitor. Some of these are screenshots showing you some of the reports from previous campaigns, where you can see the number of emails that have been sent, the average open rate, the click-through rate, and you can drill down into those reports and actually look at who actually clicked on things. So that information can be surfaced in the CRM as well. So you may want to build out new lists in the CRM, maybe for partners, to call those people that have actually clicked on a link. We call it click interest because it's the people that are showing interest in what you're sending that you need to get in touch with. You need to call them and talk to them about that particular subject. So that's how you're going to be able to generate your £60,000 of upsell revenue, by following up on those people that are interested in that particular item. Thanks for watching today, and if you want to see more videos, maybe integrate surveys into the campaigns so you can build surveys in CRM, we'll be running other videos on how to do that too. Thank you for watching.